Welcome, guys. And here we're going to talk about the 7 things that will ruin your potential as a man. These will bring you back down to mediocrity. These will ruin your chances at success, happiness, relationships, business. You need to avoid these things. And first of all, you need to become aware of what they are. I've pretty much fallen for probably all of these. And it cost me a lot of time. It cost me a lot of missed opportunities, missed personal growth. And I don't want that for you. So let's just frigging dive into it. All right. So number one is accepting the way that things are and getting comfortable. This is such a downfall. Yeah, it's so easy. It is an addictive drug. It is literally like you're sat on the sofa in front of the TV with super glue beneath you. All right. You can't get up. It takes a lot of energy to get up. It's like you're floating down that lazy river and you can't quite have the energy or the motivation to swim against it. All right. I fell into this trap for a long time. I believed that a certain life of mediocrity was for me just because it was the norm. All right. I decided to go to university because that's what everyone else was doing. I didn't want to. I never wanted to. I was just like, oh, everyone else is doing that. I'll just do that. That was accepting the way that things were, the way that the world works. All right. I'll just be a sheep. I'll fall into place. All right. And you get out of this by deciding it. You have to decide that you deserve more from this life. We only have one life on this beautiful earth. So you cannot just accept what you have and just be like, well, this is it, I guess. You need to make that decision to pursue the life that you truly deserve. And the moment you do that, the moment you make that decision is the moment you level up, all right? And you work like I did to curate your dream life. Literally all this starts with decision. All starts with I don't I don't want to have this skinny fat body. I don't want to be 20 kilos overweight. I don't want to be in this relationship that doesn't bring me any joy or happiness. I don't want to be in this job that just sucks the life out of me. You need to make that decision in order to move forward. Right? You have to never accept the way that things are. Yes, the world might deal you with your cards, but you don't just accept it and just go, all right, time's over. I'll just follow the pack. Now you have to make that conscious decision to be like, right, these are my cards. How can I fucking sort my life out? How can I curate this dream life? You have to make that decision in order to move forward. Okay. Number two is stopping learning after university. So many people do this. They stop investing in their knowledge. Now, the more knowledgeable you are, the more value you have to the market, the more money you can make. All right. So, if you want more from life, you have to become worthy for that. One of the fastest ways to do this is to level up your knowledge, level up your skills, your network, your mindset. That's how you become valuable in the market. That's how you start to attract wealth, opportunities, other high level guys. Anything that you want from this life, you will attract by becoming more valuable. Okay. You always need to be investing in books, courses, mentors. There should never be a period in in your life when you aren't learning how to get to the next level. All right, you set a fitness goal to lose 20 pounds, you've hit that. You don't just be like, all right, cool. You think, right, how can I do more? How can I get in better shape? How can I run this ultra marathon? Whatever it is, you should always be setting new goals and learning how to fucking get there. All right. I see it in with guys in the online business space. They hit 10K a month, they get the Rolex, they get comfortable, they're chilling, and they're just like, well, it's an all right life. If you live in Thailand, that's a pretty decent life. All right. They get complacent, thinking that they know everything. Yeah, I've made 10K a month. I'm a fucking G. And eventually, these guys are going to fall far behind because they're not investing in themselves. They think that they know how to do things just because they get to 10K a month. And ultimately, that will be their downfall. So I don't want you to do that. You should always be investing in your knowledge. Always. Like, there's just no excuse for that. Number three is thinking that you have more time, thinking that you have all the time in the world, that, like, yeah, all right, I'll get around to it soon. That mindset will fuck you over, bro. It will. I've had guys who ask me for help, and I take the time out of my day to give it to them, check in with them a few days later, a week later, a month later, and they've done fucking nothing. All right, that's all that time gone because they couldn't overcome some resistance, or they couldn't be bothered, or they're just fucking lazy, or they didn't believe me, or whatever it was, they just they will fall behind. They will they will go back into that life of mediocrity. And like I say, I do not want this for you. You need to attack your projects with speed. Daily videos starting today. Doesn't matter if you're ready or not, just start posting. Going to the gym after watching this video, launching your offer this weekend, start creating your webinar and launch it in a few days. Whatever it is, you need to attack these projects with speed. And when people say, oh, maybe in a couple of weeks or a month, it's fucking bullshit. You can get that shit done today, all right? And if you're watching this and you're thinking that, then you know I'm talking to you. You know that there are projects that you should be doing right now, but you've been putting off too long. You're not going to have that much longer. You're going to start to fall behind. You're going to start slipping up. People will get ahead of you, and this dream life that you have will fall from your hands. It will slip away if you do not act with speed. If you do not keep growing, like taking that imperfect action. And often when you start these things, like daily videos or a webinar or launching an offer, it's not actually as difficult as you think it is. You build it up in your head so much. You think, oh, I'll have to learn all of this, or I'll have to do all of this. It's really much more simple than you actually think, okay? Just need to get started on it. Number 4 is staying the same person. You've changed, should be seen as a compliment, right? If I was the same person as I was when I was 18, I'd be a fucking wreck. I'd be a wreck. No one would watch my videos because I'd just be out of my mind. I'd just have nothing interesting to say. So to get out of that life of being the same person, I needed to change. I needed to change who I was, how I operated, how I treated my mind and my body, and how I viewed the world. Okay, everything changed. My core values stayed the same, but everything else changed. How I spoke, how I presented myself, how I talked to myself internally. Everything changes, and you've got to do that. Don't change is awful advice. I've had people say this to me. Often people that thought they were close with me and think that they were looking out for me said this, but this is awful advice. You want me to still be that 18-year-old, all right? You don't want that. You do not want that guy around, all right? I had to change for my sake, the sake of myself, for the sake of those around me. I had to change, and you do too. If you're wanting to support those around you, look after your loved ones, be a role model, then you've got to fucking change, all right? You've got to, all right? Your current self is not capable of achieving your dream life. Otherwise, you would be living there now, right? So, to get to your dream life, you don't get to your dream life, then you level up as a person. You level up as a person, and that leads you to your dream life, okay? All starts with who you are right now. So, you need to change that. Number 5, big mistake is letting ego get in the way. And something I fucking see this all the time, guys. I see it all the time. Sometimes people just think they know what's right for them. Even if they're listening to someone way ahead of them, they'll think, nah, I know what's best for me. And it's fucking horseshit because they can't let their ego can't take that thing of, oh, maybe I don't know what's best right now. Maybe I need help. Their ego cannot take that. You need to get over that. It's bullshit. That's why investing in courses and mentors is so valuable. You are putting your ego to one side, accepting that you don't actually know shit, and listening to the experts. Every time we've done this, we've made 10x returns. All right. So if you invest 3K in a course, boom, 30K you're going to make. Like we've done way more than that with the courses we've invested in. We bought a 2K course, and in the first week, we made 50K. And from that, we've probably made a couple $100,000 from just that 2K course and what it taught. All right. You cannot allow you to think that what you know is best. If we thought, oh well, we know how to do this, it was running a live webinar. Sorry, if we just thought, yeah, we know how to do that, we wouldn't have gotten close. There were so many nuances, so many little things we would have missed that would have lost us a lot of revenue compared to what we made. So put your ego to one side. There's no room for thinking that you know everything. There's no room for it. There's just you cannot afford it in this competitive space. Right? That mindset has led to the downfall of huge corporations, huge Nokia, Kodak, all of these huge corporations that were dominant in their industries are now the fucking laughing stock. All right, because they thought they knew everything. All right, so if corporations, multi-billion-dollar corporations, succumb to this, why do you think you can overcome it? All right, why do you think that you're special? You're not. All right, you need to let your ego go to one side, learn from those ahead of you, take on board what they say, and take fucking fast action on what they say. All right, that is absolutely key if you want to avoid this life of mediocrity. Number 6 is not taking risks. Now, I've made fucking loads of mistakes. I've made a few mistakes in my time. I'll tell you that for free. Put your wallet away. I'll tell you that for free. All right. But I don't regret any of them because of the lessons that you make, the lessons that you learn. All right. Every mistake I made was like, all right, cool. Let's not do that again. It's always just shit like that. Or like, right, going into business with this person, it fucks up. Right. Now I know so much more about going into business with people. Or like all of this stuff, moving to Thailand, dropping out of uni, starting a business, going all in with Jack and the New Elite. These were all risks, but these all paid off. Okay. I wouldn't be here living my dream life, currently staying in a 5-star hotel that costs more than my old monthly rent for a night. Like, I wouldn't be here if I didn't take these risks. There's always going to be risk. There's always going to be risk. But the risk of moving to Thailand, starting a business, dropping out, that was vastly outweighed by the risk of inaction, the risk of not doing it. Okay. That was going to weigh way too heavy on me. I'd so much rather move to Thailand. Oh, is it going to work? We'll figure it out. Even if I had to go home after a month, be like, right, at least I know. At least I don't have this weight on my shoulders anymore. So I'd rather make 100 mistakes this year than take no risk. No risk means I'm not moving anywhere. I'm not taking any steps in any direction. If I made 100 mistakes, that's 100 lessons. And think about how much better at operating business, women, fitness, mindset, all of these things. Think about how much better I will be after 100 lessons. Okay. You always need to take risks. Take as many as you can. You're likely, if you're watching this, you're probably a young lad wanting a life of freedom. What's the fucking risk for you, bro? There's no risk. You try something, doesn't work out, cool. You haven't got kids, you haven't got a mortgage, all right? Probably likely that you don't have all these reliance on you. So take the fucking risk. There's no reason not to. Absolutely no reason. And number 7, this was a sucker for me. I didn't really realize I was keeping low standards for myself until I think someone must have pointed it out or something. But like the places I went, the food I ate, how I acted, how I dressed, people I spent time with, it was all very low standard. I'd go to cheap places. I'd dress like a slob. I wouldn't take care of myself. I was like presented shit. Like I didn't trim myself, my beard. I had a shit haircut. Like I just wasted my time. All of these things, what energy I kept around me, it was shit. It was negative energy, but I didn't know I needed to have a high standard for all of this. You need to have a high standard in all areas of your life. Okay. So this is literally all it is. If you have high standards in every area, then you're going to operate at a much higher level. You're not going to fall into a life of mediocrity if you have high standards because you know that you are meant for more. Okay. There's no acceptable reason to have low standards for yourself, whether it's the people you're dating, the food you're eating, the places you stay in. There's no reason to have low standards, okay? Every time you like choose a cheaper option or you settle or anything like this, all you are doing is chipping away at your own self-image, and that is detrimental, okay? You don't want to be doing that. I've been down that road. It's shit down that road. Have high standards for yourself. Everything that you do, it must be the best, all right? And that's it. Those are the 7 ways to ruin your life as a man. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you're feeling on top of the world. Hope you're feeling grateful. Hope you're having a fucking amazing day. And I'll see you tomorrow.